Good morning, everyone. Wish you all a very happy Sabbath. So, yeah, for today's health talk, the topic which I chose is having healthy relationships and social connections for the mental and emotional well being. So, we all know that these three aspects are correlated to each other, right? So, in order to be physically healthy, we also should have mental healthness as well. And along with that, social healthness is also very much required for us. And here we could see the definition of health, which is given as the combination of all these three terms, right? So, once we have the combination of these three terms, we could define that to be as a complete health. So, moving forward. So these are the topics that I'll be covering for the health talk. So yeah, starting up with the definitions, what is actually an healthy relationship? Any one-liners for that? So what do we mean by having an healthy relationship? Yeah, one of the aspect is respecting others. Any other one-liners? Yep, I have some definitions for this. Basically, it is having a mutual respect to one another and trusting and supporting each other, and it also includes like having an open conversation or communication with each other, and also having a sense of equality. So, all these terms defined to be an healthy relationship, and followed by that, why do we need these relationships, and what are the need for that? So we see that they actually help us to improve our mental health as well as our emotional well-being, and they can also provide us with support, and also they help us to have the comfort, and most of them, they also help us to feel connected with each other, and it also embrace the embrace wants to be a valued person. So yeah, now coming to these social connections, I'll just brief out to the social health. So I think like most of these aspects, as of now, we are as a church following them, right? So very usually we'll be having these camps as well, like the gatherings, social gatherings, and we also have these outreach programs as well, like that will be add on to these approaches, like open approach to the people. And apart from that, like there are many other aspects that add on to our social health. So these were all the qualities and the definitions related to the relationship, and why we are supposed to have these healthy relationships, and the way we are supposed to have a social health consciousness as well. So these were all a brief introduction. So now coming to the topic, building healthy relationships. So these are some of the, I just picked up some of the basic like inspirations from the Bible, which defines how we can build these healthy relationships. And first and foremost, a characteristic or an element which I would like to say is that loving others. So this is like a very basic thing that we as Christians, like we are supposed to possess, and not only Christians but as a fellow human being, everyone is supposed to possess this in order to have an healthy relationship. And moreover, these topics which I chose, like not only like they are not only the advices, but some of them even they are also commands which are given to a Christian. So first thing, when we look into this topic, like loving others as yourself, and we know that this is one of the commandment which is given from the God, like love your neighbor as yourself, and there is no, greatest commandment than this, and we all know that this is the second part of the 10 commandments, and this is one of the very important quality or a characteristic which we are supposed to possess in order to have a healthy relationship. And like having this, there will be actually an inclusive, being supportive, being empathetic, and being forgiving also. Like as we all know that Bible is almost centered, like the centralized concept of this Bible is about love, right? So once we possess these characteristics, it will definitely help us to possess, or it will lead us to possess other qualities as well. So yeah, moving forward, The fellowship and the community. This is most often related to the church, I guess. And this fellowship and community is not only limited to our church gatherings or the church, only limited for the church, but it is a place from where we actually start up, right? This fellowship in the community, we shall start learning it from the church, and we shall bring it forward, like in the bring it forward to the world. So here is a Bible reference which gives us an inspiration for this fellowship and community. It is from the book of Hebrews. And one thing here we are focusing in the reference is that why this fellowship and community is very important is that, like as we know that we are all in our last days, right? We are all awaiting for the second coming, and in this time period, it is very important for us to have this fellowship and within our communities. Why? Because like sometimes it might also like be a threat to our beliefs as well. Like if we don't have this fellowship in our communities, like they might also shake our beliefs, right? So this community, this fellowship actually encourage us to have the sharing, like faith sharing, and also provides us and also helps us to have this spiritual growth as well. So yeah, like moving forward, the next quality or the characteristics which you're supposed to possess is like building the bridges, not the divisions. So yeah, like when two or more people, like when we gather up as a group, like when we have a conversation or when we have a talk about something, there will be like different kind of opinions, right? So like these opinions sometimes, like they might lead to divisions as well. So this is one of the qualities that we are supposed to possess. Like when we have the conversation, like we should be we should be conscious about the way we converse, and always remember this quality which is been mentioned, from the book of Matthew, which says like we are supposed to be peacemakers, even though if the conversation lead to some arguments, like try to have the peacemaking nature, so that will define you as a children of God, right? And yeah, so followed by that, the other quality which I would like to share is that bearing one another's burdens. So yeah, like this quality or the characteristics also defines like how we care about others, right? So an example for this was already shown to us by God himself. Like he himself, he bore our sins on the cross, and that is how he gave an example that even we gonna show it to the world as well. So bearing one another's burdens, like it will actually help others to uh, in the time of difficulties, and also it will add up to their a person, like they will also have an external thought or a feeling that there is someone who definitely cares for us, and that will actually add on to their mental health as well. So followed by that, the words of encouragements, again coming to the point, like when we gather up as a group, like as a fellow Christians, like we should be very much aware about the words which we speak, right? So it is very important to speak the words which would add on to the courage, like which will add as an confidence to the other person, but we should not use some like unnecessary talks, which will actually lead to the discouragements. Okay, so yeah, like summarizing all these qualities, I would say like to build an healthy relationship, I guess like these are all some basic qualities or the characteristics that we are supposed to possess, right? Yeah, like these were all the ways, these were different qualities in which we could have our healthy relationships. Followed by that, we'll look at some of the benefits out of these healthy relationships. So yep, so looking at the benefits, we could see that this will help us to reduce our stress and anxiety as well, and it does also help us to, like have increased self-esteem, like the confidence within ourselves, and also it will helps to build the confidence in the person whom we are actually trying to converse as well. And it will also improvise our mood, and also an outlook, it will give an outlook to our life, like the confidence which we have to possess to lead our life. And it also increases the resiliences and the coping up skills, like the coming up out of these burdens, like coming, trying to get off from the difficult situations. And not only this, but also it also helps us to have the physical health also, like as I said in the beginning, the mental health is also an correlation to this physical health. And in the same way, like having all these qualities also helps us to build our physical health as well. And along with that, it also increase our long living as well. So yeah, these were all some of the benefits. Like these are all some basic ones. Like there are numerous benefits out of which we could possess by having an healthy relationship. So yeah, coming to some brief explanations about the status, like as related to this stress and anxiety, like I guess like after this COVID, like this stress and anxiety has increased a bit more, in people. And it was a latest study which was being made, like almost like 74% of Indians, like they are suffering from the stress and anxiety. And in order to like reduce them, it is very important for us to possess the qualities which I mentioned earlier. And followed by that, it will also help us to increase our self-esteem and self-worthy. And yeah, it will also help us to improve our mood and resilience, and the spirit to cope up with the challenges in the life. And as a last, okay, and also it helps us to have a physical health as well. So now coming to the area of the focus, like it is very important for us to like focus on having healthy relationships. And we can also take steps to build and maintain these healthy relationships, like the steps which I mentioned earlier. And we have already seen enormous benefits which we gonna possess by having these healthy relationships. So there's a quote from the Bible which says like sometimes we feel like like the things which we do are things which we mean like will be like actually something like being disrespectful or something, being arrogant. Sometimes we'll feel like it's okay, good in our eyes side, but the Bible references says that like better to come out of all these kind of qualities so that you could possess a good health. Yep, now it's time for the action. Like, let us all make an effort in order to connect with the people. And let us all be honest, be respectful to each other. And also let us all be forgiving, and bring up a quality of building a healthy relationship with each other. And all these things add on to the positive impacts. And we'll see like what and all like we can possess by having a healthy relationship. So these are some of the motivations from the Bible. Like as I said earlier, that the main focus, like the main aspect that which we are supposed to possess is the love. Like by the love itself, it will lead us to possess all the other qualities. So focus mainly on loving each other. And yep, like I have added a term to the topic, like promoting health relationships. So we as a Christians, we don't like we are not only supposed to follow them, but also we are supposed to promote them as well, right? So yeah, that was the talk for today's. Thank you.